Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind, and today we're with a 1971 Honda CB350 in this amazing color. If you've been around the channel for a while, you may have seen this motorcycle. About a year or so ago, we got this as one of my neighbor's brothers. We got this. It was partially disassembled. The video was titled Some Assembly Required. A 1971 Honda CB350 that has some assembly required. Okay guys, here we are all together. It's so much better not having a box full of stuff over here, and it's so much better having it all right here. This is a nice looking motorcycle. Okay, let's turn the key on. Okay, electric start does not work. We'll figure that out. But fuel on, turn fuel on. So, maybe give it a little choke. Okay. So let me show you something I'm noticing already. And this is something you have to pay attention to, especially with these little twins. If you watch this guy right here, that's my throttle. So you see it, hear it, and you hear it, right? You hear it almost the same thing. This side nice and warm. But watch this side. Watch that one right here. You hear the engine change. That one hasn't moved yet. So right off the bat, we know that the throttle is not even. My neighbor's brother sent me a message and said he was ready to get rid of it. So I reached out to Jimmy, the guy at the courthouse, and said, hey, I got this motorcycle. Are you into it? And he said, yes, sir. Next day it was over here, waiting to go to the courthouse. So when I had it, I did some work on it, and it was running fine. We rode it around the neighborhood, rode it around Big Branch, all around that way, and it was good. When he dropped it off here, he said it didn't have compression on one side, and couldn't get it to run. And so I checked compression, and it had compression. And then I said, let me put some gas in it because the fuel lines were disconnected. So I put some gas in it, and then it fired right up. I rode around the neighborhood, came back. Okay, let's put some gas in it. There, now we're settling in. So what I noticed there was right before I started videoing, I realized that the throttle cable was on the outside here. And this is the throttle cable that's got one that comes up here and then it splits. So any of the cables that go to the carburetors are pulled out, it'll rev like that. So let's try it again. Oh, maybe it's doing it now. No? Yeah, we're firing on both. So yeah, like I was saying before, he said it had low compression. I took the spark plugs out, stuck my finger over it, had compression. And this sounds like it's got plenty of compression. So I'm not sure exactly what was going on. There may have been some funky business going with the throttle cable that was leading it. He said we couldn't get it to fire on one of the cylinders. But I think it's firing on both right now. Let's take it for a lap in the neighborhood and see what's up. Okay. Whoa. Okay, that's a problem. We have to reroute this throttle cable because it just revved to the moon. Yeah, this throttle cable is, look, it runs here, 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 and if you turn to the right, it says, hey, how's it going? So let's see if we can work on that. Okay, I think the path of least resistance here will be to unplug it from this side, and then, because it's not going to require us to pull it off the carburetors and pull the tank off and all that business. So I think this may be the easier path. Let's see. I should have hit this 14 first before I did all that, but that's good. Okay. So now we should be able to, okay, take it off of there, unscrew this guy. It may not be. I'm gonna have to go around the other way because I gotta spin this guy around and my wires run through the thing. Maybe I can pull off some of this stuff up top here. Maybe I can just pull off the gauges and then put it on the inside right there as opposed to it fighting around here. Yeah, let's try that. Let's get a couple of 17s. Let me put this on, I get a couple of 17s. Okay, so we're gonna go plan B, different plan of attack. Undo this guy here. Okay, let's see if I can just loosen up this, and I should be able to, if I just loosen it up, take off this side and then swing it out, and I'll show you. And I should be able to get it to swing out and come around. Let's see if I can do that. It's kind of a safety hazard not getting these guys in the right location. Right? That'd be so much better right there. Okay, let's see if I can get this guy back on. Boy, you imagine being in a curve or in a turn, and then you all of a sudden you get full acceleration. It's like, hey, it's a little Christine there for a minute. Okay, let's tighten this guy back up. And that should give us definitely the needed slack. Let me hit this guy down just a little bit, and then we'll button up the control a little bit more here. Okay, now let's put the cable back together. But that should give us the play we need. Plenty of play here. That's awesome. Okay, test drive, take 2. Let me make sure this guy is up here. Make sure it's good. But I guess that's why you do test drives, right? You do test rides to make sure everything works. Our idle is, oh, one more thing. I was about to say our idle is really good, but it's not because I didn't plug this guy back in. It went all the way down. Let me screw this guy back in. There we go. Now, simple fix. Test ride take 3. Oh, run on. Yeah, see, it's idling better. It's still up a little higher than what I'd like. We may check on that. We'll ride it a bit. I don't mind it being up there for now. Let's take it for a lap. May need to adjust the chain a little bit. May need to do a few things. Brake check, yep, got some brakes. Back ones are kind of there. Yeah, need to be adjusted. I'm gonna terrorize my neighborhood really quick. I'm not gonna do much. I didn't put a helmet on. know about you, that sounds like it's got compression. So, horn works. And I love this color, this candy gold. Perfect. I even like it that it's a little faded. You can see that it's a little faded, especially the front of the headlight. I don't mind that. Well, I am liking this. Oh, coming after these kids. I'm gonna shoot the gap here. Yeah, I mean, you tidy this thing up. I mean, touch up the paint around here, clean up some of this, and this will be a nice, respectable, original motorcycle. I think it's pretty sweet. Runs good. I mean, it's just giving it a good cleaning. Touch up this rust in here. It sounds good. Well, I'm gonna have to compare this. We're gonna have to do compare a sound check between high pipes and low pipes on a CB350, because these are stock pipes here, and those are stock pipes on the CL350 from the video earlier in the week. Watch this guy mow the grass. I gotta mow my grass. Unless one of you guys wants to come over and mow my grass. I'd love that. I'm joking. Although I'm always looking for somebody to mow my grass. It's something I never really enjoyed doing. Well, let me know in the comments down below. You like mowing grass? I don't. I never did as a kid. It was always in the way of where I wanted to go. If I wanted to go somewhere, it was always a chore had to be done, and that was always one of those things. This thing runs really good. I mean, that's what I felt really bad when he dropped it off and we bought it, and he was telling me everything that was wrong with it, and I literally rode it 15 minutes after they left, and it ran just like this. The only thing I did do was check to make sure, because I had a feeling when I saw that throttle cable out, I had a feeling that one of them was going to be out more than the other, and that would cause it to not run on one side because the other side's revving to the moon. But could have been that he was low on gas and it didn't work then. I don't know. I haven't been able to figure out what was wrong with it, because it runs just like it did when I had it last year. So I haven't been able to figure out what the cause of it is. It may be a little clattery in the valves, which I don't mind that. But we'll check them, see if we can dial them down. It could be. It only has 6,336 miles on it, and it runs like it. You know, I didn't downshift at all. This thing it pulls nice and strong. Nice and strong. It actually feels, I think it feels a little stronger than that CL350 did that I rode earlier in the week. I mean, come on now. It feels pretty good. I don't know. Let's downshift a little bit. But yeah, it's a beautiful motorcycle. It's going to make a great addition to the collection of motorcycles. Okay, so this 1971 Honda CB350 in candy gold is pretty freaking awesome. It really is. It's a little faded right up here, the paint, but everywhere else is good. Because the last time we had it in, we kind of made sure everything was good. Let me turn the key off. It could use, you know, side covers pulled off, painted. Things clean the engine up a little bit. Same thing on this side. Just clean the engine up a little bit. It doesn't leak any oil. Kind of an odd thing about this model is 71 only. It had, I think it was 71 only. It had this weird kind of lock seat. So there's this locking thing right here, and then there's another little thing up under here that you have to pull back, and that's what opens the seat. Let me show you what it looks like underneath. So it's this guy right here, and it's an oddball thing to try to find this mechanism right here, this whole thing, and this, just to get it out. It's pretty crazy. I think it's only this year only, and it's got these two. So the first one will latch it, and then this one locks it. So who knows why Honda did this and did it for just a short time. Maybe this was cheaper than putting locks on. I don't know. Hard to say. Here we could get some little covers, little rubber covers for right here, just to protect that. Maybe one over the battery too, just to make sure we don't accidentally, it doesn't move, but just to make sure. But everything else, pretty good. I mean, like I said before, if we tighten up and clean up this stuff, just touch up the paint here, we clean up the chrome, clean up this chrome here, maybe just replace the mirrors so they look a little bit better. You don't have to go crazy on this thing, but a little will go a long ways and make it just a good cleaning. I mean, this thing's sat, I don't think he rode it much since, because it was for his wife. I don't think he rode it much when it was, when he had it back. And so I'm the only one to ride it in the last year or so. It's pretty awesome. Great color. Let me know what you think about this color. Some of my favorite CB350 colors. This gold, there's an orange color, that Daytona orange I really like. I like the purple ones. I just think that, you know, in this tank style, they had the purple, they had red, they had gold, green. I think I'm missing a color or two. Let me know down below if I missed any. I said gold, red, purple, green. There are some blue. There are some that I'm missing, but this is a great color. You don't see this color that often. Pretty amazing. So this guy was a little easier to get up and going. I mean, he dropped it off. I thought it was going to be a problem when he sold it. He didn't tell me that it had low compression. He told Jimmy it had low compression on one cylinder, and I checked it with the old thermometer. Seemed good enough to run it, and so put gas in it, and then it ran. So I don't know what the problem was, because it didn't sound like there was a problem. I mean, you guys let me know. I mean, the valves sounded a little chattery, but that's okay. I mean, I don't mind that so much. I'd rather them be a little on the looser side than on the tighter side. You guys let me know down below if you heard something that I didn't. I mean, my ears are 57 years old, so they don't hear quite as well as what they used to, according to my wife. I think they work very, very well. This is kind of cool. Is this from New Hampshire? What is this? NH? Motorcycle insurer. Expires in '96. I wonder if you guys know where this is from. Let me know. I want to say New Hampshire, but we are in Louisiana, so who knows? I mean, yeah, give this guy a good cleaning. It's got decent tires. I mean, they're a little cracky, but they're not too bad. They're not the worst tires I've ever seen. The tube is still on the inside. This one may be better than the front one. No, it looks like they're about the same, so not too bad. Okay, let me show you something that came in the mail today. If you're following the Trading Up series, This is our rider's manual for the Yamaha YCS1 180. Pretty awesome. I'm not going to go into too much detail of this, but if you're following that series, this guy is great. I got this because it tells me how to do some of the stuff that I didn't know how to do. But look how cool this is. This thing is pretty awesome. All the way down to first dealer. This was the VIN number of the one that they had, but in 1969 he got that. And then look at this. That's awesome. That's so great. So one of my favorite things, so I shouldn't say this, so let me just go ahead and qualify this. So one of my favorite things I love the hunt, trying to find original literature on that bike. Riders, either owner's manual, rider's manuals, or shop manual in their physical form. I love it. I think it's so much fun. And then the other thing I like to do is once I get these, is I love finding typos, because all this stuff was hand set, right? This wasn't on a computer. These people were laying it out or writing it, and then they were doing it. So this right here, if you draw the line back, is the handle dumper. It's supposed to be the handle damper, but they missed it by one letter. And so there are always crazy typos in there. And they couldn't, it was too expensive, too much work to try to find it. They just said, run with it. Some guy 50 years from now is going to say something silly about it, and I'll be okay with it. So I think that's kind of fun. But that's enough about that. There'll be more about this Yamaha YCS1 coming up really soon. I'll give you a sneak peek. It is blowed apart, cleaned up. We have to start touching up paint, waiting on paint to come in today. So, but this guy is a looker. Boy, you need to carry a stick with you just to beat the girls off of you if you're going to ride this thing around. Or guys, or girls, depends on what you're into. Just carry a stick because they're going to be all over you. So guys, there we have it, our 1971 Honda CB350 in candy gold, all up and running. There'll be more of this guy, maybe just riding videos on it in the future. So as always, I want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day.